recording. Okay, so you want to know how to do the buyer's rep, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to go into transaction desk. Since you're not going to do a transaction like this, this client doesn't have a house. They're going to, not unless they're going to put a bid in on that one house, but I don't think they are they?
Not from what they, they haven't agreed or disagreed.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So, so normally you'll go through and you'll hit that starburst. Let me show you. You'll hit the starburst on the MLS. So we're just going to we'll just hit search. So any active listing, if you hit this starburst, it'll automatically open a file for you in transaction and pull in this information.
Okay. And that's in the event that they're putting in an offer.
Right. So you can, if you haven't set up, if you haven't given them the buyer's rep agreement or anything like that yet, you would do this and it would add in the buyer's rep with the the transaction. So since your client isn't going to put a bid in, we're just going to go straight to transaction desk and say create a transaction, and you can name it anything you want to name it. So just for our purposes, I'm gonna name it John Doe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I usually, with mine, I usually put buy or list. So I know, because if you have multiple transactions with John Doe, let's say you've been dealing with him for 3 years, and you just have John Doe, you don't know which transaction that is.
Right.
So I put buy, and then I'll put in the address, but this one doesn't have an address. So I'll name it buy and just buyer's rep. And later on, you can go in and add in the address and stuff. We're not going to import any data because he's not putting an offer in on a house. And then we're going to click on template. And we're just going to go to residential buyers template.
Okay.
And add, you're going to be the selling agent, not the listing agent, the selling agent, because you represent the buyer. And then you're going to create.
So it's not buyer's agent.
No, it's referred to as the selling agent.
Okay.
So you can skip over all of this because this is about the property that they're going to put an offer in on, and they're not going to put an offer in on anything. I don't know why this comes up twice, so let me delete it. I'm going to see which one's not filled out and delete that one. This Zoom bar is in my way. Okay, so this is where you would add John Doe's contact. So when you open this transaction, it should automatically bring in the brokerage. It'll automatically bring you in as the agent.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to add John Doe. I'm assuming you don't have the contact already set up in transaction desk.
Right, I don't.
So you're going to create a new transaction contact. And this is going to be a buyer.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put his name, John Doe. You want to have his email address.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. At yahoo.com. This, whatever you put in the legal name right here, this is what's going to be typed in like the printed part of the signature. So anytime it calls for his name, they'll type out John Doe. And then the preferred signature is how it's going to come up as the signature part. So we're going to type in John Doe. My keyboard has been acting all funny. It's like it won't type. John. I'm going to put John D though, so you can see. JDD. If you put in his physical mailing address, not the address of the property that he's going to put a bid on, this will bring in his physical mailing address. I think it's in paragraph like, I don't know, 16 or 17, where it of the 1 to 4 contract, where it says, you know, if there's any changes or the title company or somebody has to get in touch with the buyer, it lists their address and their phone number and their email. It pulls all of this from, it pulls all that information from this.
But I don't have to have a physical address, right?
You do not. No, you
Okay.
do not. But the more information you can get on them, the better. And if you wanted to add Mrs. Jane Doe, you would add her here as well. So we're just going to do, and if you, the title company, if like you have a title company, you know, that y'all are putting an address, an offer, you're going to send it straight to the title company. You can add the title company in here. You can add the lender in here. You can add their attorney in here. Anybody, you know, a contractor that's working on their property, you know, anybody you want, you can add in here. And that way you have them all in one place. So the main documents you want right now are the IABS and the buyer's rep agreement. Everything else you can just ignore. So we're going to hit next, and that's done. So we're going to forms. We're going to open up the IABS and make sure everything's filled in. It's with what you put in earlier on the contacts for the brokerage, and you as a selling agent, it automatically fills it in. So you just want to open it and make sure it's filled in, and it is. So now we're going to open the buyer's rep.
What did you just do just now before you did that?
I went to file, open.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here's the buyer's rep. See, we didn't have an address for him. We didn't put his address in, his current physical address, so it didn't put anything here.
Okay.
This, it pulls the home phone, not the cell phone, because I did put in a cell number, but I didn't put it in the home number. So that's why it didn't put a phone number here.
Okay.
Broker information, it pulls in the Evan Lloyd property broker. You can change this. This is how they can get in touch with you if they have a question. So if you want to, you can change, you can take out my email here, or the brokerage email, and you can add in your email.
Okay.
Your email. And the same with the phone number. You can take out the brokerage phone number and you can add in your phone number.
Okay.
This is where a lot of people kind of get hung up. So some buyers don't want to sign a 3-month contract or a 6-month contract. You know, a couple of years ago, it would take 3 to 6 months to find a house because it was a seller's market. No, it was a buyer's market. So buyers took their time. Now we're in a seller's market to where buyers will put in a bid before they even see the house, you know, so you won't need 3 to 6 months on here. I don't care what you put. If your client says, look, I'm really hesitant about signing up for you for 3 months or a month or a week, I just don't want to sign it. You can say, okay, well, I'll put it just for today, because I got to make sure that I get paid for the work that I'm doing. And this is how I get paid. You know? So if you want to put it for just, you know, today, or you can draw a red line out through this and put it for 3 hours, or you can even put an address in here for this, for one specific house. But anything, you can change it up, since this is just a contract between the brokerage and the client, it doesn't go to Trek or filed anywhere. This is just for the brokerage's info. I don't care how you change it up.
Okay.
The market area, I usually put, where's the market area? I don't know why it's not letting me type there. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I'll put Harris and surrounding counties, or Harris County, or Harris and contiguous counties, or Harris County, or however you want to word it. But I don't put a specific house, because this is saying,
right.
Hey, I'm going to show you homes in this area, and if you buy one of these homes, I get paid. So
right.
I always put Harris and surrounding counties, or Harris
Right.
contiguous counties. That's going to be in A. This is where your John Doe that you're dealing with right now. This is the intermediary status. So you'll have him select if it's okay if you have an intermediary deal. You know, I normally check this for my clients, yes to intermediary status. But since your guy's an attorney, you might want to leave.
Not gonna check it. Yeah.
Yeah, leave it blank and let him check it.
Mm-hmm.
This is saying that the broker will receive a 3% commission. That's what our commission is.
Mm-hmm.
Construction, if they end up buying a new build, you're driving around one day and they see a builder and it's a new build and they haven't built it yet, you know, but you show them, you want to go ahead and make sure this is filled out with 3%. And that's for if they buy a new build.
Okay.
Protection period means that, okay, you show them this house. John Doe says, I only want a rep agreement with you for 1 hour. That's all I want. You know, you just got to show me this one house. You could say, okay, so you show him the one house, the rep agreement's only for 1 hour. So after that hour, it expires. This protection period says, hey, even though this is our 1 hour is expired, I showed you this house, and for so many days, if you buy it within the next 30, 60, 120, 2 years, I get credit for that.
Right.
So that's what the protection period is. I was putting 30 days on there, but then, you know, we've been dealing with Op City. Op City does 2 years. Like any client they send to you, Op City, if you get a deal with that client within 2 years, then you have to pay Op City the 30%. So I would put like 120 days and see if they have if they have a problem with that, you can change it, you know, but that's what I put, just so you're covered. So if they buy that house after you show it to them, and if they buy it within the next 120 days, you're covered.
I still get the commission.
Right.
Right.
And this is just saying that all checks are going to be paid to the broker in Harris County. And my keyboard's acting up again. It's not wanting to type.
So it would normally say Harris. Okay.
Yeah, there it goes.
And I have to fill all this in, right?
Yeah, you'll have to fill all this in. And the only thing you're going to send them right now is the IADS.
Okay.
Along with the buyer's rep.
Okay.
So you're going to be the broker's associate signature. See how it put John Doe? So that's where I filled out the contact where it said John Doe on the printed name. But when he goes to sign, it's just going to say John Doe because I didn't put that D in there.
Right.
And that's it. So you want to save it. And it will automatically, transaction desk will automatically put the signatures in for you. So we're just going to, we saved it. So we're going to hit the sign button up there at the top. I got too many tabs open. It's acting slow. it goes. All right, so this is the buyer's rep. We're going to, let me move these apps again. We're going to go to signers, add participants, and we're going to add from the transaction. If you wanted to add somebody that you didn't set up in the transaction, but you have it in your contacts, you can do that. But we have it in the transaction, so we're going from transaction. We're going to click selling agent and John Doe and select. And you should see where it puts the initial spots in there for you. So now we need to add the IABS because right now.
So that doesn't sign it for them, does it?
No, not.
Okay.
It's just putting in the space where they need to sign.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to hit docs because we got to add the IABS, add a document, and add the IABS. Close. And this is asking you, where do you want the signatures placed? So selling broker, we're not going to have anything. Selling agent is going to be you. Assign box. And we can move it. I like having the IABS, the very first document they see. So I'm going to move it up here. Okay. You see how I just did that? And it's got his signature in here. Well, now, why didn't it? I must have put it wrong to where you are not required to sign the IABS. But it asked where we wanted to put your signature, and I've said selling agent. But so it's got where he initials here. Layout, if you wanted to, no, we're going to do tools. If, let's say, you want to have it to where you sign the IABS, you're going to go to tools and click on your name, and then you just click on initials, and we're just going to carry it over.
Do I have to sign the IABS?
No. This is just for him, but I was just showing you how to set it up. If you decide you want to add his address in here, you can go to text box. We're going to do text box. Click right there and add address. So that's how you can make it after you've make changes after you've gotten this far. Like if you see something you forgot, or, this is where you can like make red lines too. If he's saying you didn't make the red line when you set up the buyer's rep, you can make the red line here. Like we're just going to strike through all this because he only wants an hour. And then you can just type it in. Text box.
That's in the event then.
In the event, yeah. Yeah, these are, I'm just showing you what you can do if you need it to. Let me delete that. Okay. So everything's set up. We'll go to the signature page. You want to make sure his signature's in there, his date, your signature, brokerage number. Everything's set up. So now we just need to send it to him to sign. And I'm going to send it to myself so you can see what it looks like when he gets it.
I should have went on my work computer. Let me see if I can go on my other computer so I can go.
All right. So do you see how I changed the email address? So I'm going to get it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We want to, you can customize the invites. So if you want to customize his, saying buyer's rep agreement on the subject line. My computer, I don't know why my keyboard is just like freezing up. Buyers.
I had so many issues with my computer this week. I was like, oh my gosh. It's terrible.
All right, so you can add, please, in the message box, you know, please look it over, and before you sign it, if you have any questions, give me a call. You're just going to put all that right here. You're going to hit save. This you can set like, okay, this is going to be good until the 9th of April, but if he doesn't sign it today, I want to send a reminder every day at 9 a.m. for him to sign this.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
so
neat.
Yeah, just hit send. It moves this all into the signature, the signing section. So you'll see it's up here, John Doe. And so I'm going to go to my email, and here it is. So this is signing name. This is for John Doe. So when he gets the email and you'll have a client call you, say, hey, I just got this. What do I do? You can tell them, okay, see where it says start signing? You just click on start signing and you can read through it. Accept just means that they are given permission to sign electronically. So you're going to accept it. And they can read through it. And if at any time there's something they don't like or they want to change, they can just hit reject. So they read through it. So we're going to push start, and it just really basically takes them where they need to. I guess that one's for me. Accept, and we complete it signing.
Okay.
After it completes, they'll get this notification, and they can print the signed copy and they can download the signed copy. They'll also get an email notification giving them the option to print and download, but this one hasn't done it yet. And that is basically it. Do you have any questions on
it? No, but I might going through it.
Yeah, that's why I recorded it. So I will stop the recording now and send it to you. So if you kind of need help,
yes, please
go back to it. Okay.
Perfect.
So where'd my apps go? There we go. All right, so I'm going to stop the video and just call me if you have